Welcome everyone to day 2 of DESCON talks and pondering about minimum data sets. We're trying to tease out this concept, how it works, what it means, and well, it seems to mean many different things to many different people. But really there are some need to discuss this in terms of what is the minimum data I need to have to carry out my purpose, whatever that is in that context. So let's just quickly go through the agenda. Today, I think we're going to have a fantastic day when we see who's speaking today. We will have a live stream as well that we appreciate if you can share also online with your networks. We are happy to be here in rainy Belgrade, and again this year in Impact Hub. So we'll have to have a great program today. So a little bit more about that is that we'll start with the series of talks and series of workshops and the hackathon that has started yesterday. We have two types of hackathons. One is about enhancing Climerco's feature, which is something that was born out of DESCON. It's an air monitoring system for the ambient air that citizens can install themselves outside of their windows, garage, or balconies. And it's the fastest growing network in the southeastern Europe. We will also have a workshop at 12 starting how to assemble it. You can join the workshop and get your own monitoring device to take home with you. Also, we will have another workshop about manifesto and the capture, what is minimum data sets, the formats of it. We have a very nice fanzine about artificial intelligence created by Larissa, and you're free to join that workshop as well, but I won't say much, just to tease, send a teaser so that you find out more yourself. So very happy to see everyone. We'll have the first speaker will be Christo, who I'll introduce briefly, and then we have a fantastic lecture by Vladan Joler on the genealogy of power and technology, the last 15 years. The workshop I already announced, it's taking place downstairs to the left. We will then hear from Jari Arko about the impact of networking on the environment. He's a top expert at senior expert at Ericsson and an internet geek, previous chair of the Internet Engineering Task Force, and previous DESCON attendant. Edmund Chung will be remote as well. He is working on a very exciting project about eco-friendliness of internet infrastructure and data governance. I'm part of his advisory board, and I really do think that you should listen to his talk as well. The other part of the hackathon that we have is, and the workshop is this enhancing the UX for the Copernicus satellite data. We have been asked to set up this workshop because people are trying to use this data and it's very clunky and the user interface is not as nice. So let's see if we can come up with the ways how to get this data. And then there will be lunch served downstairs, and we'll, after lunch, hear from Hack Club member Peter Simovic. He will be talking about Internet of Things and security aspects and using some open source tools to protect the Internet of Things. And then we'll have a short break following by a panel. And this panel will be looking at how to empower citizens with technology know-how, how to get involved with citizen science, what could be done, especially focusing on air pollution in our, be here and ask the questions. We'll have a fantastic set of experts and climatologists talking about that. The one I skipped was the presentation about Digital Climate Atlas of Serbia that has used Copernicus data already, so we can see how they have used their data, what we could reuse or relearn from them, and combine our findings. After the panel, there will be a workshop led by Larissa and Brona, who you heard yesterday, about the minimum data set manifesto, taking in some points that we discussed yesterday in our panel. Who's the curator and what are we curating? Is it the machines or is it is it humans? So all these challenges that are combined with this idea of whatever the minimum data set could mean. Finally, we will have the presentation of the hackathon. The teams will present either Capture the Flag or Enhancing America or the Hardware Hackathon. And after the presentation, we'll be having some fun with Sergio Music Lounge, and he's a really, really good musician, I recommend, and we'll have some beats, and we'll leave here around 8. So I hope this will make it a little bit fun for you today to, dip in all these different areas. And we'd just like to thank our sponsors for the event. Of course, it's a community, mainly technical and art community event. We don't have any sponsors or industry representatives here. They have the Internet Society Foundation, thank you, the .me registry, the .rs registry, and the RIPE NCC, as well as the Hack Club members and the Internet Society chapter, Belgrade. With that, I would like to invite our keynote and next speaker, Christo Bušek, to come and join us, because maybe I should say a couple of things about Christo's work, who I've met many years ago. The presentation will show up now. Is, among other things, being a data journalist and being a programmer and data journalist, which is this new combo that we're seeing, and new titles appearing. Is a Pulitzer Prize winner, and he's a software developer. But we have decided that he doesn't speak about that work today, but there's something more exciting that he's been working on recently. So without going further into that, I'd like to thank you all for being here today, and invite Christo to take the floor.